Hello, friends. Welcome to Yoga with Dags. You might notice my orientation's a little different today, and that's because we're going to be using the wall, and my door is my only wall in this room. So I kind of set myself up here by my door. So if you don't have a lot of wall space in your home, you can always use a door, as long as you know no one's going to come and open it up, because that is dangerous. So for today, we will need a wall or a door, 2 bricks, and possibly a belt or a strap of any kind. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do for today. We're going to begin by a restorative posture of putting our legs up the wall. So to come into this posture, you're going to come very close to your wall. You're going to almost like sidle your butt up the wall. And then you're going to just take your legs right up the wall. And you should be maybe an inch or so from the wall, just to give a tiny bit of space. And then just take a moment to lengthen your spine from your tail all the way to your crown. Just lengthen your legs and start to let your hamstrings open. Oh, maybe take a nice deep cleansing breath. A cleansing breath is when we take a big breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as we exhale, we just let go. We let go of wherever we've been. We let go of where we're going next. And we just invite ourselves into pure, pure presence and begin to land in our bodies that we've been given another day in with great gratitude. And just notice your feeling state. Take a moment to notice your feeling state. How are you doing? Maybe take a couple more breaths, just releasing any tension. And you can begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhaling, I know that I am here. Exhaling, I let go. And first, we're just going to take our arms up, straight up, like so, and plug your arm bones right into their sockets. And then get hold of your elbows. Inhale and lift your elbows up, and exhale them right over the crown of your head. And just take a moment to soften the arms back toward the floor, allowing your heart to open. When we open up under our armpits, it's opening our heart channel. In Chinese medicine, the meridian that leads right to the heart. So just taking a couple nice deep breaths in to the heart. As you inhale, just saying to yourself, I am present. And as you exhale, just saying to yourself, I trust. I trust the universe. I trust life. The life impulse. I trust the divine. Inhaling, I am present to this moment. I am here. Exhaling, I trust. I am present. I trust. I am present. I trust. And when you're ready, you can take a big breath in and exhale, just release the arms out to the sides. And we're going to cross our right leg over our left knee and just kind of gently guide your right knee toward the wall. And if you want to deepen that stretch, you can start to bend. Now, some people's leg will cross like this. This is totally fine. You can have it above the knee, closer to the foot, or you can have it proximal to the knee. It's going to be a deeper stretch the closer toward the hip you go. The only place you don't want to have it is on your knee. And if you need an even deeper stretch, you're going to begin to bend this leg, this straight leg a little bit, and continue to level your hips and guide the knee toward the wall and lengthen the spine and just be with your breath. Allowing yourself to come deeper and deeper into your body, into this moment, into your practice, just landing here. Good, and then straightening that leg, uncrossing that leg, big breath in and exhaling, bending the opposite leg, placing the ankle proximal to the knee or distal to the knee, whatever works better for you. And just rolling this leg open and gently guiding the knee toward the wall. Stretching your hips, and you can begin to bend that leg if there's room for that to happen. You might be noticing one side's tighter than the other. You might notice whatever you notice, and whatever it is that arises, just bring a sense of compassionate awareness to it. Sometimes I massage my feet when I do this, which just also feels really nice. Good, and then on your next exhalation, bringing that one back up. And then a deep breath in and exhale, both bottoms of the feet down toward the perineum and just gently take the knees toward the wall. This is Supta Baddha Konasana with the feet up the wall. It's such a great opener for the inner groin muscles and the hips. Get nice length through your spine, tail to crown. And again, we'll take the arms up. This time do your uncustomary cross, the opposite as last time. Inhale the arms up and exhale them over the head. Inhaling, I am present. Exhale, I trust the universe, I trust life. And another big breath in on the exhale, releasing those arms out to the side, inhaling those legs up. This time we're going to keep them a little bit bent. You're going to lift that right leg up and you're going to cross it over. And you're going to just try to wrap it toward the other one. Any amount, you're crossing as high as you can. And then take the arms out to the side, a big breath in, and on the exhale, take your right arm beneath your left arm, cross them as high as you can, and wrap the arms into eagle arms. So this is lying down eagle. You can bend the knee more deeply if it's comfortable. You can lift the elbows up a little bit. You can keep trying to wrap that leg or just let it out if it needs to come out, squeezing the tops of the thighs together. And just taking a nice breath into your eagle here. And then maybe a little bit movement. So as you inhale, come on up, or actually take a deep breath in first. And as you exhale, come on up and squeeze. Inhale back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And exhale up. Inhale back down. Exhale, release the arms, release the legs. Nice breath. And second side. So bending the knees, lifting the opposite leg, crossing it over, wrapping it around any amount. Arms out to the side. Deep breath in. This time left one crosses under, high as you can, wrapping the arms. Maybe you can't wrap the arms in the palms. If you can't, you might just want to see if you can hug yourself like so. Either way is totally fine. And then just taking a couple breaths, you might deepen the bend of your knee. You might lift the elbows a little bit more. Nice big breath into that. And then big breath in. Exhale, lifting elbows to knees. Inhale in. Exhale, lifting elbow to knee. And one more time, inhaling. And exhale, lifting elbow to knee. Inhaling. Exhale, releasing the arms, straightening the legs. And then just taking the knees toward the chest. You may want to wiggle back from the wall a little bit and just get those knees right up to your chest. And just rock a little bit from side to side, releasing your lower back. Good, and then just rolling onto your side. We're going to come up nice and slow. Very nice. Good. And just kind of stretch that out for a minute. Let's cat-cow for a moment to stretch out the spine a little bit. Knees hip-width apart, hands beneath your shoulders, fingers spread, turned out slightly. Inhaling, I am present. Exhaling, carving the spine like a Halloween cat. I trust. And a couple times. I'm present as I inhale. I trust as I exhale. And just a couple more of those, opening up that spine. Really squeeze it out. And then inhaling to tabletop position. Next, we're going to do a dog with our feet up the wall. So you want your feet pretty close to the wall, not the toes aren't right up against the wall, maybe 2-3 inches from the wall. Take a big breath in. On the exhale, lift your heels up the wall. Press your palms forward and lift your hips higher. Lift the hips as high as you can. Feel like the tops of your thighs are going up and back. And reach from the hamstrings down to the heels into the wall. And just take a couple of breaths there. Good. And then big breath in. Exhale, drop the knees wide. Release the toes. Extend the child's pose. Release. Just maybe rock the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale the left arm up. Big breath in. On the exhale, leave those fingertips under the opposite armpit. And stretch the shoulder and neck and relax. Inhaling, I'm here. I'm present. I'm alive. Exhaling, I release. I let go. I trust. Inhale to unweave. Exhale, release that arm forward, second side. Inhale, sweep the arm up, big breath in. Exhale, weaving the fingertips under the opposite armpit and coming down to rest. And a couple of deep breaths there. Feeling your presence, releasing any thoughts that aren't serving you, and just moving into this moment. Here we are together, opening up our bodies, minds, and spirits. Inhale to unweave, exhale, arms forward, coming up onto all fours for second dog with heels against the wall. Big breath in. Exhale, lifting the heels up the wall. Lifting the hips, stretching the shoulders. Maybe wiggle your doggy tail from side to side. Lifting the hips even higher. Ah, yes. And then inhale, look up at your hands. And exhale, begin to walk the feet forward. Let the feet land under your knees under your hips. Let there be a little soft bend in the knees. Letting yourself hang for a moment, maybe even clasping the elbows. Releasing your neck. Breathing deeply through the nose, releasing your toes. Grounding into your feet. And then inhale, reverse swan dive up, all the way up. Gathering up energy, breath, and life. And exhaling the hands to the heart. And releasing into mountain pose. And just close your eyes for a moment and just notice the effects of the practice so far. Let the breath continue smoothly in and out through the nose. And then releasing. Good. So next, we're going to do a half bracket at the wall. So half bracket at the wall looks like this. Your hands are going to be at the height of your hips, ultimately. And we're going to shoot to have our feet underneath our hips. And try to be like an L, so to speak. So the tendency is to want to be like this, but we're going to try to bring ourselves down, take our thighs back and our breastbone forward, looking up toward the top of the mat, letting the neck be in a nice natural line with your spine and finding an easy breath. Good, and when you're ready, inhale and look up at the wall and exhale, walk forward. And then inhale the shoulders up to the ears, exhale them down and back a couple times. And just release any tension in the shoulders. Good, and then we're going to do that again. This time we're going to work on lifting up a leg. So half bracket. Finding your feet together if you can. And when you're ready to lift, you're going to think about letting, we'll start with our right foot. We're going to let the right foot just kind of float up. And as it floats up, see if you can dial your pinky toe down so that the hips are coming more level. Instead of letting the hip come up like this, you're dialing it down, leveling the hips, and try to stay straight in your arms and find a breath. Looking up toward the top edge of your mat, and then taking that one down, reaffirming your half bracket, big breath in, and then exhale, lifting the opposite leg up. First, it wants to float up, your arms want to go wiggly waggly, press into the arms, get strong, and dial the pinky toe down. And just like warrior 3, find your strength. And then release that. Look up at the wall, slowly walk forward. And then let's just release our hips for a minute, side to side. They might be a little tight. Lower back, roll it out. One way, roll it out the other. Always good to roll. So part of what we need for what we're working on today is a very strong standing leg. So what I'm going to have you do, if you have your blocks, is take one of them. I'm going to have you put your left leg onto the brick. And what I want you to do is press that foot into the brick and come up on the tippy toe of the opposite foot. I'm going to back up so you can see me because I can't really see you very well anymore. So you're going to press into that foot. You're going to come up onto your tippy toe. And then the action I want you to work on is lifting from your outer knee to your outer hip energetically of the leg on the brick and taking the outer hip in and seeing if you can lift the toes up off the ground and find your balance here in mountain pose. So one leg's on the brick, one is off. You're strong in your standing leg by pressing down into your foot, lifting from your outer knee to your outer hip and taking the outer hip in. And then releasing that, shake out the standing leg, and we'll do the second side. So pressing in with your right foot, coming up on the toes, grounding through the foot, lifting from the outer knee to the outer hip, taking the outer hip in, taking the hips toward one another, lifting the chest, strong in that standing leg. Breath is still flowing. Deep breath in, and then exhale. Let's release that and shake out the standing leg. Good. So from here, we're gonna test our distance from the wall. We're gonna need 2 bricks. And we're going to see how far we need to be from the wall for our foot to be able to be fully extended and for our arms to be able to be completely under our shoulders. All right, so I'm beginning by lifting my left leg up. My hands are right under my shoulders, hopefully. My pinky toe is dialed down. And I'm gonna work on that standing leg, grounding through the foot, lifting from the outer knee to the outer hip, looking toward beyond the top edge of my mat. So my left leg is up, and then I'm gonna lift my right arm up into super person. And squeeze the outer hips in, extend and elongate everywhere, breathe. Deep breath in, exhale that. And down, take the leg down, let the legs bend a little bit. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, stretching your breastbone forward. Exhale, bend the elbows back, full Uttanasana, release the neck. Good, and then we'll inhale for the second side. Big breath in, this time our right leg is gonna come back. And let's just level and square our hips. Dial that pinky toe down. Lift from the outer knee to the outer hip. Take the outer hips in, get long, get strong. Gazing a few feet ahead. And when you're ready, you're gonna take the left arm forward and breathe. Strong standing leg, big breaths. Big breath in, exhale, release the hand down, release the leg down, inhale, stretch forward, exhale, bend the elbows back and let go. You can have a little bend in the knee if you need it, and just say yes with your head or no, and just release it. Release it completely if you can. Good, and then getting into your feet. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands to the tops of your thighs. Come on up with a long straight spine, rolling the shoulders out. Good, and release it. Awesome. So next, we're going to work on, well, notice where your footprint was, actually, if you haven't lost it. And then just make sure that you can extend that leg fully back again. Don't move the standing foot. Bend it, bend the knee, and put your foot back at the wall. So your heel is right back at the wall. And then dial your hips forward so you're facing away from your wall. Hands on the hips, big breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna bend the knee. You should bend the knee so you can be seeing your big toe, but not your little toes. Your tailbone is going down, your heart is lifting up. Good, and then we're gonna take the arms out and up for warrior one. Big breath in. Good. Deep breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna come forward with a long straight spine. Our arms are gonna come out to the side, the knee's gonna bend, and we're gonna spring up and see if we can find warrior three. So you can always bring your hands to your bricks to do this. I notice I'm a little close to the wall. If you can have your arms out, that's great. If you're in really good shape, you might bring them forward. I'm not. When you're ready, bend the knee, front knee bends, step back gracefully, Take warrior one again. Good. And then step forward. Feet right where they were. And we'll do our second side. So step back with the opposite leg. Dial your hips forward again. Big breath in, exhale, bend that front knee, tail goes down, heart goes up. Inhale the arms up, big breath in. On the exhale, come forward, long straight spine, arms out to the side, lifting that back leg up. Warrior three, dial the pinky toe down. Get strong in the standing leg the way we've been working on. Breathe. But when you're ready, bend the front mid leg, gracefully stepping back, finding warrior one. And then exhale, stepping forward. And release. Good. Awesome. So let's just take a break from that kind of work and just do a couple of these. Hips, feet should be wider than your hips for this. This is for kidney taps. So you're tapping at your waist here, and you're kind of just swinging back and forth. And as you tap your waist, you can have a soft fist, a very soft fist to tap. You're just breathing in and you're taking in trust and you're building your vital energy. This is a good way to kind of build up your energy reserves, just with gentle taps. Good. And then just bringing that to stillness. We're gonna do, let's do a little balance. We'll work with what we worked with a little earlier when we were laying down. We worked with eagle pose. So we'll work with that for a moment. So first off, just find Tadasana. Root down through your feet nice and evenly. When you're ready, you're gonna ground through the right foot and lift your left one up and just find your balance. If you can lift it higher and cross it over, your standing leg can begin to bend a little bit, and it's almost like you're sitting down in a chair. Arms out to the side, take a big breath in. On the exhale, your left will come beneath your right, crossing as high as you can first, and then wrapping the arms or hugging yourself. Either way is fine. Lift the elbows up. Descend by sitting back in the chair. Your belly goes nestling towards your spine, and you're just taking a breath. You can always go closer to the wall if you need to for a little assistance. When you're ready, inhale, straighten the standing leg. Exhale, release the arms, release the leg, and shake out that standing leg. Good, and just release the shoulders, and we'll do our second side. So this time rooting down through our left leg, lift the right leg up, and just find your balance, gazing at eye level at something that's not going to move around. Lift higher, cross it over. Begin to sit back in your chair. Arms out to the side, nice big breath in. On the exhale, this time the right's going to go beneath the left, crossing high as you can. Wrapping eagle arms, inhaling, lifting elbows, exhale, sitting down. And just breathing. Squeeze those outer hips in if you can. Lift the chest up a little more, lift the elbows up. Big breaths. And then when you're ready, inhale and straighten, exhale, release the legs, and shake it out. Good. All right. So next, we're going to do a little more work with our foot against the wall. So we're going to, let me just straighten my mat a little bit here. Okay, so we're going to do the same kind of work that we just did. So what we need to do is, again, we need to make sure that when our leg extends, it can be straight. Then our standing leg can be straight as well. And we're just going to take a moment and find that. I'm going to do it with my my left leg up first. And when you're ready, You're going to get nice and long and strong. And then you're going to turn that foot of the lifted leg. You're going to turn that foot. You're going to start to really ground through your right hand. You're going to lift up on that standing leg, get strong, and start to stack your hips. Any amount. Keep the neck nice and long. And you can bring the hand to the hip. You can keep the fingertips down on the brick if you want. And if you feel comfortable, you can lift your hand up into half moon, Artisanasana. And just take a couple breaths here. Good. And then when you're ready, big breath in. Exhale, top arm comes down. Foot dials back down. And then dropping that foot. Bend the knees. Hands to the hips, come on up with an in-breath. Good, and then we're gonna do the second side of that. I'll be turning away from you this time, I apologize. But what you'll do is same thing. You're gonna come down. You're gonna find your half bracket, get long and strong. Lift up the opposite leg. So this time you'll be lifting the right leg up. Squaring, leveling the hips, and then peeling the hips open. Start to stack the hips. Turn the foot that's on the wall parallel to the earth. You might want to readjust your brick with your left hand a little bit so it's right under your shoulder. Lift from the outer knee to the outer hip of your standing leg. Get strong there. And start to lengthen. If you can bring your right hand to your hip, go ahead. And then if you can bring the arm up, go ahead. Otherwise, you can always leave the fingertips on the brick. Standing leg tries to stay as straight as you can. Big breath in, exhaling the top arm down, leveling the foot back toward the earth, releasing it down, releasing the head. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Inhale up with a nice long straight spine. Rolling the shoulders out. And releasing. Good. So next we're just going to do a nice little wide stance here. So widen your legs. See that your toes are both facing forward. Big breath in. Exhale, we're going to come forward with a long straight spine. Put your hands down to the floor. If they don't touch the floor, you can put them on your bricks. And then when you're ready, take your right hand into the center. You can always put it on a brick if you want, in the center. And use your left hand to roll your belly up toward the ceiling. Lift that arm up to the sky. Deep breath in. And then exhale, that hand down to the brick. Inhale, roll your belly up to the opposite side, arm comes up. Exhale, forward and down. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhaling forward and down. Inhale up. Exhaling forward and down. One more time each way because it feels good. And one more. Exhaling up forward and down. Good. And then just walk your hands, if you can, out to your ankles or shins. Good. And then inhale and straighten your spine forward. Exhale and bend the knees. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend. So as you inhale and straighten the legs, you can let your head go down. As you exhale and bend, bring your head forward. Do a couple more of those. Inhaling, straightening, releasing the head. Exhaling, bending, looking forward. Couple more with breath. Two more. And one more. Good. And then inhale, straightening. Bring your hands out in front of you and just heel toe in a little bit. Hands to the tops of your thighs. Inhale to come on up and roll that out. Good, so we're just gonna do a nice little choice. You get a choice here. You can either go right back into legs up the wall like we did in the beginning. You could decide that you would like to do this option, which is to bend your knees so that your heels go right toward your buttocks. And lift your hips up and put a brick under your hips so that it's right under your sacrum, and roll your shoulders under. And you can even go higher with the brick if you want, or right where the lowest point is fine. Once you're there, if you can bring the knees to the chest and lift the legs up, that's your second option. So legs up the wall, you can even put a brick under your hips with your legs up the wall. You can do it kind of out in space like this. And the third option is to work toward Halasana and shoulder stand. So if you're gonna take that option, you wanna scoot yourself a little away from the wall until you can just sort of barely graze the wall with your fingertips. And then you're gonna bring your arms down, you're gonna roll the shoulders under, taking a big breath in. On the exhale, you're gonna bring your legs back to the wall. And you're just gonna kind of walk your elbows in toward your body and walk up the back a little bit. And then if you feel comfortable there, you can try to lift those hips up a little bit more and maybe come toward bringing one leg up at a time. Trying to walk the hands up the back. It's important to always keep your chin facing forward if you come into this pose. And breathe. Either way, just kind of let the energy descend from the feet toward the head and neck. You can always come back a step toward the wall. And when you're ready to come out of this, you're going to come out very slowly. So you'll come out very slowly. If your legs were up the wall, you can slowly bend them toward the chest. If they were up in the air, you can bend them toward the chest and then just slowly land the feet. Either way is fine. And once you come down, you can take the brick out if it's still up there and just gently rock the neck from side to side and release any tension in the neck. Good. And then just inhaling the knees out toward the chest, have the arms out to the side. And then we're just going to exhale and we're going to take the knees toward the left armpit. And just drop them off there for a moment. For a little twist. And then inhaling them up to the center, exhaling them opposite armpit, kind of up toward the armpit and slowly letting them go down. Breathing into any tightnesses in the back or hips, releasing the neck. And then inhaling slowly back to the center. We'll just take a little baby bridge, just placing the feet in line with the sitting bones, rolling the shoulders under, just gently lift up the hips for a minute. And then slowly lower it down. And we're gonna just get ready for our final little rest, Savasana. So just spreading yourself up and out on your mat. into a nice flat back. If your back hurts, you can always put a pillow under your knees. Let your arms be open by your sides. Let your legs be as wide as your mat, and then feel the length of your spine as long as it can be. Release any tension from the neck, and then just begin to completely let go. Softening from head to toe, just releasing your eyes. Letting the eyes sink into the head. Letting the lids be softly closed. And the face be smooth and expressionless. Releasing the corners of the mouth and the jaw. Releasing the forehead and the temples. And letting the skull become heavy. The neck muscles just melting. Shoulders dropping back and melting into the arms and hands and fingers. The upper chest releases. The belly softens. The hips and buttocks release. Then the legs become very heavy. And the feet relax. Releasing any grasping in your body, any grasping in your mind or thought. As you let go and just allow and trust. And as you rest, I'll read a little reflection to you. In action, find stillness. Seek the simple kernel at the heart of every matter. See the greatness in a small, kindly gesture. Make forgiveness your intention and your enemies your allies. Love is perceived in all you meet. Civilized man, afraid of nature's simplicity, creates complex problems. The healer creates wholeness by loving whomever God has put in his way. When there is trust, promises are not required, and the difficult challenge is met with joy. Breathing in, I'm at peace with what is in this moment. And breathing out, I trust in divine order, in what is. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit, bringing a little gentle movement back into your body. Maybe drawing the knees up to the chest. And with an exhalation, roll onto your right side. And with an inhalation, begin to sit up toward a seat. Coming into your presence. And finding a seat where your spine can be nice and long and open and free. And lifting the crown of your head up to connect to the North Star. Connecting the heart, the place inside of you that's whole, to the heavens. And rooting down through your seat to the Mother Earth. We'll take our hands to our heart center and gently bow our head in gratitude for practicing, for showing up, for going inside, for trusting, for being present. And I thank you very much for practicing with me. It's an honor to guide you through this practice, and I just appreciate you being here. So namaste, the light in me sees and honors the light in you. And by the way, happy Love Week. All right, until we meet again.